Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Jack with Stronghold Strength and Conditioning. And today, I've got 4 of my favorite stability and strengthening exercises for your hips. But before we get into it, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine. And it doesn't get much better than that. Ready? Let's go ahead and dive into this one. All right, like I said, today's video is going to be focused on 4 exercises for your hips that will give you greater stability and overall strength. What's really important to understand here is that our hips are one of the most important areas as far as range of motion, flexibility, and overall stability and strength go. Our overall mobility that feeds upward and downward stability of our lower limb, our leg, and our stability of our core. So if our hips are not functioning to their greatest ability in the way they were designed, they can actually break down the base of our body in our feet, where we lose the structure of our feet and their function. And they also can break down our ability to organize and stabilize our spinal column well, which becomes a pretty dangerous thing when we start to lift weights or start to do more activity if we cannot protect ourselves in that way. So there is this cyclical relationship where the hip feeds both downward and upward, creating stability through our body in that way. And it's important that we have that ability and maximize that ability to its greatest extent. So I just want you to understand the importance of your hip mobility, your hip stability and strength, and how important these exercises really are to you. Ready? Let's go ahead and take a look at them. All right, for our first exercise here, we're using a band anchored overhead on a post here. You want the band to be about nose level when you're getting the arms into it. So we're pulling down and wide toward chest height with the band, and then going up into a glute bridge march. So with the heels, we want the heels close to the butt. When we do the marching, we want to make sure that there's no dip in the hips at all. We're keeping full extension here, and then we're driving the knee into flexion, even pushing into that band a little bit when the knee comes up each step. We're looking for minimal to no shifting side to side as well. So we really want to minimize the movement that's going on and feel the full stability of the glutes stabilizing the pelvis and making sure that we're really keeping a good solid structure there as we march. All right, exercise number 2, we're doing a little banded RNT exercise, reactive neuromuscular training. So we want the band to pull the outside leg into the compensation of knee valgus. Knee valgus, where the knee caves, is very common when the hips are weak. So here we're actually letting the band pull us in and then driving the knee wide. What I need to be feeling though is that my glutes are driving this movement specifically. So it's keeping the butt tight, hip and extension from the back leg, and then external rotation of the hip as I drive that knee open. A big part of this is the base of my foot. I want 3 points of contact, the first metatarsal, the 5th metatarsal, and the heel. And I'm always maintaining that base, mainly focusing on what my glutes are doing in this movement specifically here. So I'm only using the range of motion I can where the glutes are fully active in that. Exercise number 3, the kettlebell shin box. So here I have one leg in internal rotation and one leg in external rotation. That is why I love this exercise. We're loading up from that internal and externally rotated position and driving the hips up into a tall kneeling position. It's going to challenge your hip mobility a little bit if you're not used to moving from that position, but this will automatically help improve that mobility overall and give you stronger hips at the same time. So it's a multi-beneficial exercise for that reason alone right there. And last but not least, nothing says hip stability to me like stepping down or stepping up from something. You will quickly know if your foot, if your knee, if your hip is unstable when you are trying to step up if the knee caves toward the big toe. Now here you'll notice I'm biasing, reaching the free leg back behind the standing leg to actually activate the glutes in that negative position better. So here I want to lower with control whatever depth I can handle. So you might have to start smaller, you can go higher if you feel that you have that mobility, and we're tapping the floor lightly, not putting weight down, and then driving back up, relying on the full stability of that standing hip. All right, and there you have it. 4 of my favorite exercises to help you build stability and strength around those hips. If you like this video, make sure you let me know by giving that big thumbs up down below, and take a moment to share this one with a friend. Maybe they struggle with knee pain, foot pain, low back pain. Any of those can be fed by this area, those hips, okay? And the strength is very important. So if that's them, it sounds familiar, and they need to work on their hip mobility, they've mentioned that to you, maybe send this video their way and show them some love. If you are looking to improve your mobility in the next 90 days, and you struggle with training aches, injuries, or stiffnesses that are keeping you from being your strongest and being your best and being the overall athlete and individual that you want to be, then what I need you to do is drop down below in the description here and fill out the coaching application so that I can get in contact with you and we'll get you headed in the right direction from there. And last but not least, if you have not already, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it in your daily life and routine. And it doesn't get better than that. Welcome to the Stronghold Army. See you next week.